Hello there, how's today? I'm Ame Gakita this. Alright, so apparently on Twitter there is some sort of graph chat or however you want to call it along the line that actually got viral for a very interesting reason. So there was someone who go and post something along the line of the least attracting hobby for men according to women. And for those who don't understand what that means, it's basically that if any of the guy, if you're a male, so if one of your hobby for some reason is under all this, women won't find you attractive at all. So if you're a gamer, if you collect figurine, if you love to play magic trick, or you for some reason all the way to watching some birds, female find you the most least attracting. So with that being said, today random chat we're gonna discuss I am just going to be the most lonely single old man casual VTuber for the rest of my life, I guess. Because not only do I play video game, I also do collect some figurines, as well as that I do a little bit of online trading. And although I don't build modern train, but I do build Gundam, or Gun Plus if you want to call it the actual term, as well as I do collect some comics book. So in my words, I love mangas. So the thing is, right, considering that you have all this, I guess I am totally not attractive. So if any girl asks me, I would just say that I'm the most unattractive VTuber out there because no one is gonna find me attractive. Amazingly, do I care? No. Well, the thing is, right, joke aside, it's actually kind of like when I look at the graph, there is already like quite a few red flags that based on this graph, and more so I would do highlight a few of them. There is 3 points that I will have to highlight, and number one, a graph do not go in like 5 or 10. It never run out that. It has to be like if the number is like saying like 90% of 85%, like even if the numbers is like 82, they run it up to 85, that's something wrong, because normally a graph number is never like, how would I say, consistent in a way. So if a number can have like in the 5s or 10, there's something wrong already. And interestingly, the later on we'll talk about community node, because that the community node actually said every single thing. So second thing I do want to know is that there is also no source indicating who did this review. So the person just said that this is 100% true. The thing is, right, when you say it's 100% true, you do have to add in like source done by who. But overall, the person did not say that, hey, I got this source from someone, or the source is from some study or university study along the line. And often more than not, what a lot of people do need to understand that for me, who have interacted with universal study before, and I have some interviewing me about some topic like racism, topic that is like language itself or culture itself, I know very well that often more than not you don't ask people in the hundreds. To me, this score seems to be reeking that it doesn't seem to be have a lot of people doing it. And it can be just like maybe they just do 10 people doing it, and then they kind of or 20 people doing it, and then they just run it up to 100% along the line, because the number seems to be that, as from how I look at it. So let's say for example that this person did ask 20 people, 20 women along the line, and in order to make it 100%, they just maybe like say they just run it up along the line and became this amount along the line. So it just seems to be reeking of that. Not sure how true, but if you think about it, it seems to be going that route. So if that is such, then it's just this is the most ridiculous point of view. Because if you, let's say for example they get 20 people and they want to make it 100, that they can't have 100, they got around 18 girls saying that they don't like guys playing video game, then running up to 100% is obviously 90%. So obviously that's the reason why you, when you do a check, they have to like indicate like how many people they had interviewed. Often more than not, study will always try to get over 100, like 100 or 20, or even possible the best consistent number always tend to be like in the 1,000, 100,000 if possible. Reason for that is actually one of the things that I always say is that if you get one person to say one thing and the person represent every single thing, then it's like telling the whole world that if there's one person who like the one person who represent the country, the whole country people. Let's say for example there is one person, and out of nowhere they say that the person is actually a murderer. Does that person who represents the whole of that country, that mean that the whole country is a murderer? Obviously no, right? So when you think about it, it's so damn obvious that you don't use less amount of people. You have to have a lot of consistent number, and as well as a lot of people, because often more than not you when you have like a lot of people, let's say like hundred thousand of people, often more than not the result always tend to be inconsistent. But at the same time, it also do show that, well, there is always the case of people believing on the part that, hey, if I go with the idea that there is a lot of people doing this chat or this study, and there is a lot of people saying that, then I think it's fair to share that maybe there is a lot of people who, there is quite a some of people doing it. So the last point that is also another huge red flag is that now we can finally go to the community note, is that they do highlight that there is no source providing on the percentage and round up to the 5, which I believe from the numbers that seems to be like they asked only 20 people. And number 2 is that the source seems to be from a TikToker making a joke post about bird watcher, but when you think about it, it can be just a fake amount. So that's number 2. And number 3 again, which is kind of interesting, is that they're trying to make it authentic even though there is like no actual evidence to back it up. So the thing is, right, what they are trying to do, there is a huge red flag, is that they're trying to say that men playing video game is unattractive. And obviously when you go to the quote, a lot of people definitely say that there is a lot of people is just saying otherwise, that if you don't like gamers, there will be a lot of people or female who love gamers along the line, and they're trying to say that girls don't like female games along the line. So it doesn't mean anything to me. I just feel like it don't mean anything. It's just that when these people just go and say that it's for offending, that's where a lot of things just go wrong. There is no source, there is no like indication that of any study of it, as well as there is like the number doesn't seem to match up. Like there is no like how many indicator of people doing this survey. So it's really showing this is not an actual study at all. It's not true at all, because there is a lot of people saying they are otherwise. So when you have all this red flag, obviously it is a problem. But at the same time, let's give I know there is a lot of people talking about it. I mean, like Resa also did a video about it, more on his sub channel, and they say that, and I do agree with Resa on one of the points, is that they are attacking men for having hobbies. So as long as if you are a man who have a hobby, then you are unattractive. So at this point, it seems like they want, like what they're indicating is that a man with no hobby, a boring old man who is just up there working 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 along the line, where you have to work for the job and come back and give the money to the wife along the line. So that is basically what they seems that what they're indicating one, because a man must not have hobby, or maybe along the line that the guys must only care about the family along. Now, let's start out with the argument from the gamer side or people who don't agree with the study side. So of course, obviously people indicating that a lot of girls who like gamers, or people who like guys who are good at playing games along the line, like I've seen a lot of that, or at least indication of guy having some sort of hobby, because they will have maybe have some sort of like common topic to talk about. Like sometimes when you go on a date, when imagine that you have no hobby, you are just doing your work, you are gonna get a whole lot of people not attracted you, because they will just say that you're a boring guy, I'm not gonna date you along the line. And trust me, it is really a true thing, unless you say that there is girls out there saying that, oh, you're not attractive, no, sorry, you're not very interesting, I'm gonna date you along the line, then good for you. But the thing is, right, it's really one of the things that when you have this sort of people going around indicating that, hey, just because you're a gamer, you're not attractive, and obviously it's not gonna be a good one. There is a lot of girls who are indicating that they do like guys, and I mean, like when they say that guys with playing video game is unattractive, mind you guys, there is quite a lot of way to debunk that statement. Number one, there is a lot of male gamers, yes, but most of the time when you do chat online, there are male gamers who are either married with wife, some with children. I mean, as well as some are who are do not children, not having wife or children. They may be just engaged or having girlfriend relationship. So obviously, when you think about that, it does kind of like prove that there are gamers who success in life. It doesn't mean that they need to throw away games. That if they have a girlfriend who like them for who they are, then I think it's fair, because one of the gamers who that I know very well that have a wife, have children, has succeeded in life is DGR, and Dave's son who have beautiful kids, have a beautiful wife with him, and he's still streaming. He still have a success as a streamer along the line. And most of the time, doing his stream, he's doing he's still playing mostly like different games, but though mostly on Super Mario. So when you think about it, it's really kind of like indicating like if there are people out there with success in their life, why would they say that man playing video game is unattractive? Is it really saying that the wife don't find his husband attractive? I don't know. I mean, like they seem to be Amanda's son and Dave's son seems to be very happy couple. So I don't know how true this statement is. But when you think about it, that is already kind of like way to debunk this statement along. Now, if we do step into their point of view, understand from their understanding along the line, then I can see maybe, just maybe, there are some people, some women who feel that guys who play video game are attractive. Often more than not, I had actually seen quite a few arguments that is very legit and valid. And some of them, like example, like guys who keep on playing game never kind of like give the family attention or give the wife attention, and I think that's a fair. If the husband or the boyfriend is so concentrated on gaming that they neglect their real life, then I think they do deserve some sort of call. But it doesn't mean that every guys out there are as such. I have seen quite a few story cases about husband and wife playing games, or even like the husband and their children playing games as well, like father teaching their child playing game. Dude, I don't have my dad teaching me playing games, alright? So the thing is, right, it's really kind of a different moment, and to me, I think that would be a good way if the husband is a gamer and they're able to play family games that with their own child or with their own wife, then I think there's nothing wrong with it. The only problem is that those who only play single game or like along the line and don't like interact with their wife or husband, then I think they do deserve a call out, because they kind of like neglecting their loved one. So there are such people, don't get me wrong, I have seen quite a few online. The only thing is that if they are able to have a good relationship with their loved one, I think that's fair. But if the loved one feel neglected, then that is something when we feel like the male gamers may be in fault. Now, second thing I do hear from about another point of interesting point of view is that they say that gamers always tend to be selfish, which I can see why. Because often more than not, when you play games that is very competitive, often more than not, the first thing in those people's mind would be they want to win. So in the gaming industry, like esport or PvP, the reason why you don't hear me playing those side of like FPS game or Dota anymore or mobile game anymore is that the moment I became competitive, that game will definitely lost me. So it's the reason why I tend to play casual game. I call myself the casual vtuber, is that I want everything to ensure that I'm doing everything casual. I don't want to be toxic. And often more than not, when you do those kind of games, when you play, your behavior became arrogant or easily annoyed, short temper, whatever you want to call it. And out of nowhere, when you lose a game and you lose, let's say for example, you lose 10 rounds of rank game and you lose a lot of your score and you're definitely not happy, and obviously your anger will kind of like go a lot in many directions. So when, let's say for example, your loved one just come in and ask you, hey, you want to go out and get a bite, and you'll be like, you piss off and you have to argue with your girlfriend or your wife or your loved one along the line, obviously it's gonna be a problem. So that is also another valid point when some people, like some female or young lady, may find that being off-putting and what's not. So in a way, I would definitely say that sometimes if we do think from some female perspective, I think those are technically a very legit argument to highlight some new gamers may be unattractive to them if they do come across such people. But on the other hand, there are also, like I mentioned again, there are female who love their guy to play games, and there are some girls who love playing game with their loved ones. So I think that's still a legit point, because if you think about it, there are quite a lot of female who play games nowadays. Not saying everyone, but there is a really quite a some of it. So to me, I think it's fair to say that if you think about if this chat is true or not, then it's totally wrong. But the one thing we still have to go back to the random chat that I mentioned earlier. Am I gonna be single for the rest of my life? But I mentioned already. If a girl find me unattractive because I'm playing games or collecting figurine, all this whatnot, then I guess I'll be single. If they claim that majority of the girl in this world is such people. But I don't know. I mean, like, I quite a few bad relationship, but it's actually more happened in the past than now. So I can't really give my take on that using past cases and these cases. Though I can definitely understand that often more than not, relationship doesn't mean that just because you play game and people hate you for it. I have seen cases about why I feel. It's basically like based on what I feel is that often more than not is that I don't understand enough what the girls want for most of my cases. So when that actually happened, it made me really wonder, like, have I done enough or not? But there is also quite a few cases that I have is that basically the girl is being selfish, which no simple terms. Some of them, one of them you can say is definitely a gold digger. Another one would definitely is that they want me to give them 100% attention. Basically, want me to, like, every 5 minutes I might give a call or a message reply, or in the case that I must. If I go out and eat, if I go to the toilet, if I talk to a girl, I must also reply. Was she a yandere? I don't know. Although I can't in time to think she was, but hopefully not. But the thing is, right, often more than not, you can't really, like, give 100% attention to a girl every single time. And obviously, I do need some private time. So, like, for me, playing game is really basically that what I want. But if a girl find me that just because I play some game to relax and she get off-putting, I think that relationship is definitely not working well. So to me, I think a breakup is unavoidable, and to me, that would be the best way to go. But if they say that in a majority people in the world find that if I play game is not attractive, then I think it's not that whether will I go and find the remaining girl who find me attractive along the line, but it's actually more so that I think that if unavoidable that most, like, if they're trying to indicate that if I play game, I'm unattractive, and that indicating that girls doesn't want to date me along the line, then I guess I will be, like I mentioned, I'll be the lonely old man vtuber along the line. Even though I got quite a few fans in my chat always pushing me to get a girlfriend for somehow, some way, somewhat, and a few of them are actually a very, like, being a subscriber on mine for over 3 years. Interestingly, even though I'm a VTuber of over 3 years, I don't understand why. But even though, I mean, like, getting a girlfriend is really not easy for now. I mean, I mean, like, it's kind of interesting that when reps are indicating, like, when reps are indicating that female find gamers unattractive, and he actually do point out, like, what does, like, bird watching have to do? Like, bird watching got a stray bullet, playing video game got the full blunt along the line. And obviously he said that if a female find a guy having video game as a hobby is unattractive, that's a red flag, not for the guy, but actually more towards the girls. Because if a girl find you unattractive because you play game, then I think that the girl is not deserving of any love, because a majority that I know that there are guys who play game, but there's also guys who don't play game. So it depends. It's just that the girls actually need to go and find a guy that don't play game, maybe a gun lover along the line. Who knows? That's basically just how that's what I think. Just my speculative thought. So remember that all this is actually a random chat. So take everything with a few pins or so and throw the salt at the screen if you need to. But if you have your doubt, agreement, disagreement, whatsoever along the line, write in the comment below. We can discuss it further. Do you think that guys having some sort of hobby or playing video game is considered unattractive to women, or do you think that this is just a whole lot of bologna or macaroni along the line? But who knows? It's best to let's sit down and have a proper discussion. Well, that being said, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes never make sense, or maybe just because I'm lonely, because I'm not attractive due to this chat. But the one thing that I can definitely put up is I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.